Action! Here we go! Season 2, episode 8. I don't know how I get this straight. Literally, it's all I do all day. Sorry to all my clients out there, but I promise you I get your stuff done too. No, honest to goodness, you know what I do. I spend a solid 8 minutes every night preparing for this show. That does not include the pre-drinking time that we do, but it doesn't matter. Here we are, we're ready. It's Whiskey Wednesday. You know, we kind of did a new thing if you haven't paid attention. We're not doing Whiskey Wednesday every Wednesday, but we're still going to have a Whiskey Wednesday now and again, and by God, we got one tonight, and it's a good one. Now this drink, I'm not even going to say the name of it yet, because I have been afraid of this drink all season and all of 62 days of the original Quarantine Cocktail show, just because I look at the name and I'm like, I can't say that. So, if you want to find out what it is, come with me. We're heading into the Blue Monkey Quarantina, where the only business is monkey business. Yeah, that'll be on a t-shirt very soon. Now, I'll tell you right now, no guest. Sorry, I don't know what's happened. We're going strong, but I'm going to give you a little bit of an invite, because what we do have for the next guest is a lovely new seating arrangement. Oh, you're welcome. To my folks, yeah, where do you get something like this? You get it from West by God, Virginia, my friend. Hell yeah! So, I don't know who's coming next to visit us in the Quarantine Cocktail show at the Blue Monkey Quarantina, but we got your seat ready for you. Boom! Here we go. All right. Oh, man. All right. So, the drink tonight is the Boulevardier. Boulevardier. Yeah. See, so I saw it. I know it's classic. Nobody orders it. How could you? It's too hard to say. There are literally videos out there of people massacring the sound of it, but the Boulevardier is our drink tonight, and we're going to do it. It's not a tough drink, and we're going back. This is a prohibition cocktail. Well, huh? Paul, wait, you mean pre-prohibition? No, I mean prohibition cocktail. Paul, how could there be a cocktail invented during Prohibition? Well, here's what happened. So all of the bartenders, the guys, sorry if you didn't know that, go back to another episode, no female bartenders at this time, they weren't allowed. Well, they knew what was coming. They knew Prohibition was coming, and these guys basically set up to the U.S. and they left. So all these bartenders, they skirted off. They go to Europe and they become bartenders there to practice. So anyway, that's where this drink comes from. So, 1927, we're in the midst of Prohibition, but it doesn't matter because one of our own USA, is there. Harry Macalone, right? Now, Harry Macalone is like this, he's a stud, right? Picture this, man. Big guy behind a bar, big cigar, mixing up drinks, making up stuff. This guy's rocking it in New York, right? At the Plaza Hotel at the bar. I mean, this guy's it. But he says, Prohibition's coming, screwed, I'm out. He leaves. Takes off, ends up in, no, not Paris first. Ends up in London first at Ciro's. And he's doing all right. He's having some fun. But he ends up going to Paris, buying and opening his own bar. Folks, full circle. We've talked about this bar. It's Harry's Bar of New York in Paris. Remember? We talked about it long ago. You're meeting him tonight. This is that Harry, right? Which sounds weird. But anyway, so here we are, Harry's Bar in New York. This is Harry Macalone, and he creates this drink. Now, what is it? So the drink, anyway, let me give you the full story. So 1927, he had actually already opened the bar. But in 1927, he actually published his own cocktail book, similar to myself publishing a cocktail book very soon. You're welcome. The Blue Monkey Quarantine Cocktail book coming soon to a theater near you. No, that's not right.
Home bar near you.
Yeah, coming to your home bar near you. Anyway, he publishes his own book. What book was it? Well, oddly enough, it is 1927, Barflies and Cocktails, right? Off of your cheat sheet. You have it at home. Pull it out, folks. That Barflies and Cocktails, that was Harry. That was his book. He wrote it. And in that book, he kind of put out a separate section of drinks that not necessarily he invented, but he crafted with the help of other folks. And this is one of them. So this drink is actually credited to Harry, but it's also credited to Eskine Gwen. Eskine Gwen, who in the heck is this person? Well, this guy, he's a socialite. He's a publisher. He also happens to be the nephew of Vanderbilt. You've heard of Vanderbilt. You know who that is. And he also, so he's a publisher, and he's got this little paper that he writes, magazine. It's like the New Yorker, but it's in Paris. He's an expat, by the way, so he's coming from U.S. too. He's like, screw this, I can't drink anymore in the U.S., I'm moving to Paris. And then he starts his own magazine. And the name of the magazine? Yeah, you know it. Boulevard. Good Lord, this is why I've not done this drink. So
you had it all day.
I know, but we've also been pre-gaming, so it throws it all off. So Boulevardier is the magazine. I got it, Boulevardier. Mm-hmm. And anyway, so that's the whole drink. That's what the name after. What is it? It's simple. It's whiskey. It's our favorite thing, Campari, Paul's Achilles heel, which will probably turn him into a monster later tonight. Who knows? And sweet vermouth. Side note, sweet vermouth. So a lot of people, when I talk about vermouth, Shelby included, are like, oh God, I hate vermouth. And I tried to figure out why. Why does everybody hate vermouth? My folks, honestly, true story, Mom and Dad, they drank it by the bottle. I mean, this is what they drank. They poured a glass like this over ice and they drank it all night. So here's the problem with vermouth. Vermouth is a fortified wine. Oh, what does that mean, Paul? Well, a fortified wine, the most common ones are sherry and port. And what a fortified wine is it's a wine that they end up adding alcohol or spirits to. Why would they ever do that? Real quick, I didn't even want to get into this. Why am I getting into this? I'm going to get into it. A long time ago, they used to ship all this wine back and forth across the ocean. The problem is by the time the damn wine got to where it went, because it was in casks and oak barrels, air would get in. And when air and wine mix, no go. So the wine was spoiling. So basically they were shipping across the sea vinegar, right? Well, this isn't any good. So somebody has the idea, what if we added alcohol to it? Fortify it. And that's what they do. Well, they end up, what they create is port and sherry. Those are your most common fortified wines. But that added alcohol preserves it, allows it to get across in transportation, and now we have a whole new thing. Here's the problem. Wait. Back up. Two things other. There's a sweet fortified, and there's a dry fortified. So, sweet is when they add a spirit like brandy, typically. That's how you make port. When you add the sherry, when you add any alcohol before the fermentation is ended, you end up with a sweet consistency. If you wait till the fermentation is all the way done, basically it's a pure wine that's finished fermenting, then you end up with a dry product. Here's the whole point of this. Once you're done, you still have the base of the wine. This crap goes bad. It's like, imagine this. So most people that don't like vermouth, it's probably because you had somebody who put it in their bar and thought they could keep it forever, like Campari or whiskey. No, once you open it, it's done. Imagine opening a bottle of white wine, sitting it on a countertop, and then a month later going back and going, hey, I think I'll have a glass of that wine. No, you're having a glass of vinegar at that point. It's horrible. It's wretched. For God's sakes, folks, we're not animals here. When you're going to get vermouth, buy a bottle, use it up, and if it's not finished, either chug it before the end of the expiration date, which is tomorrow, thankfully, or drink it. Anyway, the point is it'll last about 30 days. After 30 days, you got to get rid of your vermouth. Fortified wine. Now you know. Here we go. How do you make the drink? For God's sakes, Paul, I'm thirsty. Just make me the damn drink. All right. All right. Now, we're going to do this one a little different. We are actually, for the first time, going to make our drink in the glass. And there's a reason we're going to do it this way. The main reason is that Shelby and I were out earlier this evening and we just got home and I didn't have enough time to prep any more than this. I was lucky to get the 7 minutes of research in. You're welcome. So, but actually, this is a great way to make this drink because you can serve a Boulevardier one of two ways. On the rocks or straight up. Most people will tell you on the rocks. And the reason is Campari, as we know, very bitter. You like that ice, you want it to melt, it'll soften the drink. So how do you make it? First of all, bourbon or rye whiskey. Original recipe, bourbon. Now, most people want rye. Why? It's stronger, it's got a bigger spice. Pull out your guide. You know this, right? Bourbon, corn, it's very mellow. But if you go to rye, that rye, it's going to be a little bit spicier drink, and that's going to help soften. You don't even care. Just, I'll make it. You just drink it. All right. So 1.5 ounces, right on the ice. One for me, and one for Shelby. Coming in with your Campari. Oh my good Lord. Apparently that's good. 1 ounce. Oh. The thing is, as soon as you pour it, I mean, you can smell the orange, the citrus. It's very pungent, powerful, delicious. And then last thing, sweet vermouth. For God's sake, something that you didn't just pull out of your cabinet that's been there for a year. It'll be the worst drink you've ever had. 1 ounce and 1 ounce. Last thing you need to do, garnish. No drink goes ungarnished in this house. Take an orange and you want a nice, good peel. Now, if you're really fancy, you could actually light this on fire, kind of squirt it and burn it and all that. Honest to goodness, I love my house, and I've been drinking for a while getting ready for this, and I just don't trust myself. So we're just going to go with the old, and then we're going to put it, you know what, I'm going to give one on the rib, and then we're going to set that in. And then pull it back out, because you know what we needed to really do? And I apologize, because of all the bartenders in history, Harry McElroy, he was not a big Emergency fan. And I don't know why. And I'm doing the research, couldn't find out. But I am. And I'm sticking by it. Emergency, I know you don't sponsor me, but I'm sponsoring you. And Harry, you know what? You should learn to love this. So what we're going to do, we're putting it right on the peel. And then we're just going to kind of give it a little work in right there. I'm making this up as I go, folks. I don't know what we're doing here. But I think this is delicious. Now come in, put that in there. Give that little bit of a... I know it doesn't look like anything's happening on the screen, but I promise you it is. And then put that in there. Folks.
I can smell it.
Huh?
I can smell it.
That, my friends. Now, last thing you really need to do, which I didn't, is really give it a little stir, chill it. Paul, should you have done that before you put the orange garnish in? Yeah, you sons of... Yes, I should have, but you know what? We're getting it done. You know what? I'm allowed to lift it out. And plus, I wanted to make sure I got my good luck ice that fell out. I win. So, there it is. Now, here's the first thing anybody that's watched every episode that we've ever put out, people are going to say, Paul, I'm going to tell you something. That looks like a Negroni. That's a Negroni. Well, okay. A Negroni is basically sweet vermouth, Campari, gin instead of bourbon. So all they did is swap it out. And they just, it's a riff. Paul, it's a riff. New Riff Brewery, thanks for sponsoring us tonight. I'm going to see if I can work that in later. Here's the problem with that little bit of a analogy in history. This drink, 1927, it's in a book. Saw it?
Oh.
I caught that. Folks, hold on. I don't know what happened there, but that was a catch. We're safe. The Blue Monkey Quarantina is in good shape. So, right here, 1927. It was in the book. It was in Barflies and Cocktails. He published this cocktail. So why is that a big deal? Everybody keeps saying that this is basically a riff off of the Negroni. Here's the problem. 1927. We know it was published. Negroni, 1947 before it was published. First drink. Now, why the conflict? 1919, go back a few episodes, is when the Negroni historically was said to have been invented, but it wasn't published until 1947. First drink? I don't know. But is it good? Folks, you don't see me 3 hours after I drink my Campari, but I'm going to see what happens here. Oh. So, I'm falling in love with Campari. And I will tell you, no offense to the Negroni, but the bourbon in this is actually, it cuts the Campari better than the gin. You know, that gin's got a spice, the Campari's got bitterness. It's a tough drink. This, mellow, smooth, easy. I'm enjoying this for a little while. Anyway, folks, that's all I got. I don't know what's going on. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. I hope you were able to enjoy your humping today. Is that how that... I don't know how that works. I did. Anyway, we got a booth. Come visit. I mean, this thing's beautiful. And thank you, West Virginia. I'm going to tag those folks. That's awesome. I can't believe they made that for us. And folks, it's Wednesday. Enjoy your day. Have yourself a Boulevardier and kick back. I got you through hump day. I'm going to see you Sunday. Who's coming to visit is my question. Because I want somebody in here. I'm making some drinks. Love you all. Chink. See you Sunday.